Every coin can have two faces, and sometimes people can have two faces. My name is Angel. This is another episode of Have Faith, Let It Begin. And today's episode is entitled Fake People. When I was a child, my mom always told me, Angel, when you were born, all the angels came from heaven. Do you know why? Because you're special. On June 16, 2018, I launched my show, Have Faith, Let It Begin. I always wanted to change the world, share my personal testimony, share real-life stories and motivational topics to set out to go out and change the world. Join me each and every week, Monday through Friday at 6 a.m., because this is a show all about faith. My name is Angel, and welcome to Have Faith, Let It Begin. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Have Faith, Let It Begin. Well, I can't believe I'm about to say this. I actually have two guests with me today. So to my left, I'd like to introduce you to my sister, Leanne. Leanne, welcome to our show.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. And to my right, my sister-in-law, Jen. Welcome, Jen.
Hi, Angel.
And this is weird because they're probably going to make fun of me a little bit, and you're going to hear me get made fun of because they actually like to make fun of me when I make my episodes, but that's okay. It's a family thing. The reason why we're here is because you heard the introduction. It's called Fake People. And one of the things that has troubled me in the last year or so is just watching how many people we interact with each and every day that we may assume are people that we can trust, that we can put our faith into, yet when we're not looking, when we least expect it, they turn out to be something different, someone different. So with the panel that we have today, we have two people here, well-educated, and well-diverse in meeting new people each and every day. I propose the question, what is a fake person to you? And have you ever encountered one?
I got it off.
Sometimes I ask myself if I'm the fake person.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a joke. I'm not fake at all.
Okay, good one.
I'm not a fake person. But here's how I always think of people. I always ask myself, what exactly does it take to be fake? And I always think of three things. Number one, someone that puts other people down. Two, someone that is always out for themselves, and that's the only reason they're nice to you. And three, they make promises, but they never keep them.
That's deep. Wow.
So that's how I judge a fake person.
Okay.
What about you, Jen?
You know, I take it a little, I just say, I think of Facebook. And
Okay.
I call it fake book.
Okay.
When you have people in your life and you know about their life, you know how they feel about their husbands, or you know how they feel about a particular person, and then the next thing you know, you see pictures up on Facebook, how wonderful things are, and just it's all for show. And then you just say to yourself, wow, sometimes I just wish that you could just write, this is just totally fake. And then I'm like so done with Facebook because of those reasons.
So you think that social media has a factor where people are putting out things that maybe are not exactly what they perceive to be?
Absolutely.
So they're the total opposite. Mm-hmm. So they use social media to, and in this case, their advantage, in their opinion, to make themselves look better than they are. But here's the thing. When you're at work, for example, my job, the job that I work in, or the jobs I've worked in, I should say, not current job, the jobs I've worked in, I've worked in, and my viewers know I've worked in sales. And the hardest thing I felt was dealing with somebody who says, and this goes into what you said, Leanne, dealing with a sales representative that makes a promise, and all of a sudden that promise doesn't hold true. So here you are thinking that you got somebody here that has your back, and then all of a sudden they've done nothing but stab you in the back. You know what I mean? That's tough. Now, let's pause for a second. We got to acknowledge the background noise because we're actually at my mom's house. And for those of you that are Spanish, you would know that's the scraping of a caldero, which means she just got done making rice. And we have to acknowledge that. Yeah. But it's all good. Yes, it's all good. That's why it's a family show.
And you know what? This isn't a fake episode.
No, that's it. That's it. We don't edit on the show. No. So, but that's what I thought about when you said that about promises.
Well, I'm going to stick to what you were saying, but I definitely want to go back to what Jen was saying, because that's its own episode almost of like the pressure of.
Let's call it social media. We don't want to lose a sponsor, Facebook.
No,
we'll social media.
It's in general. It has nothing to do with Facebook. It's just the social aspect. I think as adults, we're grown already. If we think that we are above feeling the pressures, the peer pressure, we're not. All this social media brings us way back to the high school days of feeling the pressure of living up to everybody's expectations of, what a fabulous relationship you're in. So, I mean, I can go that route, but sticking to the 3 points that I had made, friends in general, making promises that you can't keep really irk me. Like, you see someone at the mall and like, oh, we need to hang out. But then they never contact you, unless they need something.
That's tough. But okay, let me ask you something. This made me go, I don't want to go off topic, but it's kind of makes me think of something. If somebody calls you and they're the constant one calling you, but you're the one that forgets to kind of call back, not because you don't want to, you just forget. You're just bad at it. All right, it's me. I'm talking to myself here. Is that the same person?
No, because I think ultimately you kind of know that you're either busy, you have a new baby. There are times where you're not going to be able to reciprocate a friend's favor, but that's not the same. I'm talking about that person that comes around when they know that you're going to have a New Year's Eve party. Like, New Year's Eve's coming. Let me start calling up Jen because she has an awesome New Year's Eve party.
Oh, okay.
Or summer rolls around and you know that Angel has, let's say, a boat. That friend.
Almost like in church when people only come for the major holidays. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I guess that could be perceived as fake, but maybe they worship on their own. I know people that receive worship on blogs.
Okay.
I don't. I would like to actually go to a church. I don't know. I feel like I feel it more. But there's a lot of people that maybe don't want to go to church on their own, and then they watch episodes on either TV or whatnot. So
let's talk about that phone call. I mean, let's stick with that topic before we go to the next one. Let's stick with that. So you're saying people that actually call you out of the blue
when they need something.
Have you ever had anybody like that?
Oh, I only have 2 friends.
You only have two?
I keep my circle.
I don't mean
real.
to laugh.
I know.
Guess what? I only have 3, so we're good. And my viewers now, so that's good.
Yeah, I keep my circle small for that reason.
Okay, what's the reason for that?
Exactly for the reason that Leanne was just talking about.
Okay.
Because when I talk to someone, I want it to be authentic, and I want it to, if I need something, you're there. If you need something, we're just there. And I don't. Again, it's just it's fake.
I did an episode.
To me.
I did an episode a while back where the episode was about making friends or having friends, right? And the one thing that I kept saying is what constitutes a good friend. So in a way, to segue from that, how do you only have 2? I can say I have 3. What is your idealistic of a good friend? Because that would actually take away from the person that's a genuine friend as opposed to one who's a fake.
A friend that understands that just because I don't call doesn't mean that I don't like them or I'm mad at them. That we can go 3 weeks without talking, 2 months without talking, and pick up like it was yesterday. That if I decide to take my kids to Disney, that I don't need to call them and invite them. So if they see the Facebook pictures, oh my goodness, you didn't invite them, that would constitute as a no-go for me. A friend would be understanding.
I have people like that.
What do you think, Jen?
No, that's absolutely. When I have this saying, too needy or too much work. Mm-hmm. So I have friends that are like that. They expect you to call them every day, and when you don't, they get upset. Or if you go a week without calling them, it's like, listen, I have a life. I've got children. My life revolves around my children. and work and my husband. That's our circle. So if I don't call you every day, or if I don't invite you to do something, it's not that I don't want to be friends with you. It's just that, like you said, maybe something came up or I didn't think about it. But like, I'm seriously, like, not to put it out there, but I had a very close friend that now I don't talk to anymore for that reason.
But where did this start? Because I don't remember. Maybe because we get older, I guess. We're more, in tune to it. I've never heard of such a person getting offended for having one action. If you're going to go to a party and you're in a circle of the same friends, and that person doesn't get invited and you go, how is it that they were supposed to be invited? And where does that fall? Where is that lack of confidence? Is that low self-esteem? What is that? Because I don't get that.
I really don't know, because I don't get offended if someone doesn't invite me. And I think you're going to see it possibly more now that you have a child, because in my circle of friends, they don't have children. So I don't get invited to a lot of events that are for either singles or people without children. And I don't get mad at that, but, maybe someone else would get mad, or they assume you can't hang out and that's why they don't invite you. But I don't call and say, hey, how come I wasn't invited to an event? But there's friends that'll call you out and say, oh, that's nice of you to have an event without us. That, and I think that's where that fake friendships are. I don't have to invite you, and I don't dislike you because I didn't invite you. I just chose not to invite you. And, maybe it has something to do with women and men. I don't know. As a female, I don't know if it's just my circle of female friends.
I think so.
I don't know.
Yeah, I believe that. I don't think men are like that.
Do you think do you believe that because of that you've had more fallouts with friends in this situation where we're talking about, not being included, or they feel that they're not being included when in reality you're just going to do whatever you're doing with your friends? Like your case, you took your family to Disney. All of a sudden people are like, whoa, I didn't get included. Do you think that there's fallout because of that? Have you had fallout before because of it?
I think that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, honestly. You're going somewhere with your family. You're going to Disney. I find that that's ridiculous.
Could you keep a friend like that? That's what I'm saying.
You know what? I'm sure people get hurt. I've never had someone directly tell me, I can't believe you didn't invite me. That's never really happened to me. But there's always those indirect comments. Or on Facebook, they'll put, oh, that's nice that you went there. And you're like, ooh, I wonder if that's a dig.
Don't get that. I'm sorry.
It's where Jen's talking about that whole social media and,
I don't get it. What's the last topic that we have to go into? Because we're going to actually stop right here, and I'm going to purposely leave everybody on a cliffhanger. So if you want to tune into Fake People Part 2, I suggest you tune into tomorrow's episode, because we're going to keep rolling, but for you people, you're going to have to wait till tomorrow. So be on the lookout for tomorrow's episode. It's Fake People Part 2. And for those of you, have faith. Let it begin. Thank you for listening to another episode of Have Faith, Let It Begin. You're going to hear episodes, me recording live as my daughter in the background, Ariel, will probably cry. You'll hear background noises like phone calls. And right on the cue, she's starting to cry. Don't worry, everybody. We're going to continue on like never before. And with Ariel in the background, knowing that in the future you're going to hear yourself crying like this, Mama, yeah, say hi to everybody out there. We just want to encourage each and every one of you to join us every single weekday, Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. Join me, Ariel, my family, and everyone as we continue our journey. For Have Faith, Let It Begin, my name is Angel. Say goodbye, Ariel. Say bye. And bye.